let's just redo this conversation on the show, please.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Jay, it's like, why do I even try?
I know. Well, why do I do this show with you guys, really?
Hello, baby. Hello, nasty. Hello there. Hello. I say hello. Hello, friend. Well, hello, little girl. Hello, my treacherous friends. Hello, operator. The beginning of everything. Welcome back, my friends. It's showtime.
Hey everybody, welcome to The Brink of Sanity, episode 323. Almost there. We're almost at the 300th episode special. I am Jay. With me is Marc.
What number are we up to?
323.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe we'll do let's do a special for 325.
Sure.
And we
Will that
can
be the grand
do
finale?
that after episode 400.
It'd be the grand finale.
We're still working on the grand finale. As Bryce said earlier, I wish the show had ended already.
Yeah.
And nobody said, I don't agree.
Are you guys interested in seeing that? So I'll tell you, I don't like to go. I don't go to the movies that often. And there's one movie that's coming out that I'm thinking of going. Just like if I can't find anyone to go see it, I might just like go see it myself after my kids go to bed one night. I'm really interested in seeing the new Joker movie. Are you guys interested?
I am, yes.
I'm not really interested.
No.
No.
Why? You like every comic book movie ever? You've seen like every comic book movie ever put on screen, and this is the one you're not seeing.
Yeah.
You draw the line finally.
I feel like it's just going to be like artsy and weird.
I don't even care that it's a comic. I just like Joaquin Phoenix. So, I want to see... I like seeing his movies because I think he's one of the better actors out there, so...
That's fair. I mean, I think I agree. I think he's a really good actor. I think the Joker of all like bad guys, who's a better bad guy for comic books?
Apocalypse.
Okay, just makes like why do you name people that no one has ever heard of?
They made a movie about him last year.
What are you talking about?
Apocalypse
Brian,
Now?
Apocalypse Now movie?
Was it Apocalypse Now? Because that wasn't last year. That came out a little while ago.
I think that was about Vietnam, so I don't know what you're talking about today.
X-Men, Age of Apocalypse.
So the Age of Apocalypse, and Apocalypse was like a play on words because he was also the bad guy?
No, it's a long story. I'm not going to get into it.
What's the story, Jay? Make the entire show about Age of Apocalypse.
Wait, Jay, do you belong to any groups that have any opinions on the Joker movie?
Before the show, Jay started saying, he goes, I'm in a comic book group, and everyone there in this group, and we're like, you're in a comic book group?
It's the Facebook...
What did everyone in the comic book group say about the Joker?
It's the Facebook group of Rob's podcast. We've had Rob on the show before.
Okay.
Even though he stopped the podcast like 3 years ago, he's
smart.
His group is like way more active than ours has ever been, even at its peak. So
first off, he's living Bry's dream, having been done with the show for 3 years.
Right.
Do you go to meetings? Do you guys have in-person meetings where you're like, I'm at comic book club. This will be awesome.
We had a round table about the movie.
You had a round table? Are you kidding or not?
You can't even tell anymore, can you?
I can't tell.
No,
I totally have done that, but that'd be really weird if you did that. I don't know. Did you or not?
I did not.
Okay. Because you also go to see like made-up bands. You go see them like you're like the one fan at their shows.
Brian knew the band, and I got two of my buddies to go with me.
How was that show, by the way?
They were good. The audio was like kind of shitty.
Oh, it's with lousy plays.
Yeah, like the instruments sounded good, but you could barely hear the singer.
That usually means his voice is shot, and they tune his vocals.
No, it was the venue because the opening band was the same way. No,
maybe you just see bad music.
No, half the reason you go to see them is the singer is really good, but I wouldn't go to that venue ever again.
Which band was it?
Big Wreck.
Okay. Are you going to tell me the real name, or are you just going to make up a name?
I know
that's the real name. I know who they are.
If they're not top 40, Mark's never heard of them.
So speaking of the Joker, so what did the round table or whatever what did the group say about the Joker movie?
It was 2 people hated it and 2 people loved it so far.
It's not even out yet.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
I guess there's an early screening of it somewhere because 4 people in the group saw it.
Are you sure they saw it, or maybe they just like saw the commercial and they made off the commercial?
No, isn't today like opening day?
Usually
No.
starts on a Friday.
It comes out tomorrow.
I don't know. One of my other friends on Facebook is posting that he's at it right now.
So basically, you're in a group of comic book fans who lie to you about when movies come out.
Well,
Batman 17, it's out already also, even though it doesn't come out for 10 years, and it's terrible.
no, it's my friend's seeing it right now.
Who's posting on Facebook during a movie?
He posts.
I'm in a movie right now.
He's grading every scene on Rotten Tomatoes.
I have a friend who, whenever he goes to the
Live
movies,
tweeting
like
at the
all
movie?
the time, and he posts when he's at. He like checks in at the movie theater.
Oh, that
Is
must be.
Is he 14?
Yeah, that might be quite a Facebook account to follow. Look, he's seeing another movie. Wow, glad I follow him.
He's
Is he posting pictures of his popcorn and M&Ms?
He's one of our biggest fans, and you just ruined his
Life?
No, just.
Well, then he's not listening now.
Let's
so
alienate
Yeah,
one of our
he
last
has
three.
no idea what's going on. That we're making fun of him now.
Until I post it tomorrow.
maybe he could come on and review the movie for us.
Well,
we could have Jay's listeners review movies.
Not after you called him a 14-year-old.
Will he check in on Facebook that he's listening to the show?
No, that would be promotion. Nobody promotes this show.
Yeah.
Does everything he's doing, like, he's like, checking on Facebook, watching rerun of Seinfeld on TBS.
Not listening to The Brink of Sanity.
Checking in on Facebook. Again, not listening to Brink of Sanity for the 8th time today. Checking in on Facebook on the comic book group. I am in the comic book group right now. We're having a roundtable, and we may be tricking Jay about whether we saw a movie or not. So what is your friend saying that's in the movie right now? What's his live update from the movie?
He's watching. He's not live updating.
Oh, so he's just in the movie.
Is he bootlegging it so we can watch it?
You guys have never heard of an early screening before.
You know, like in concerts, like I saw Billy
I thought
Joel.
only like huge movies started like at midnight the night before Friday. I thought just every movie started on Friday.
Not even midnight though.
No, a lot of movies start on Thursday. There's a lot of early screenings of movies.
You know, when you go to concerts, I saw Billy Joel recently, and you see like half the people there are like filming the concert on
Billy
their
Joel,
phone.
who's that?
What'd you say?
I said Billy Joel, who's that?
Yeah.
Let me guess, you saw him at the Garden.
I did see him at the Garden. He seems to play there a lot.
I think he lives there.
The guy in front of me was on freaking Instagram the entire concert, just like updating and saying messages. I'm like, why even come to the damn concert?
You don't even have to do that with Billy Joel because he plays the Garden like every night. I mean, everybody. I'm probably the only person that's ever seen him there.
I bought the tickets off of I guess a StubHub or one of those sites, and I was looking at the seats. I'm like, I thought I had like good seats. It turned out we were in the back row, like the worst seats in the house because I couldn't figure whatever got Delph or whatever seats they had in this. Like they make it sound a lot better than they do because half the Garden now, like there's section 1 and section 2 is now section 3 and 4 also.
Yeah,
Have you noticed that?
Yeah, there used to be 4 sections at MSG, and now they just like it's just 1 or 2.
So you fall for the fact that you're like, I'm in section 2. That's probably good seats. Turns out section 2. I was in section 4 basically. Just they called it section 2.
Yeah.
Actually, we went to go sit down, and the guy the guy in front of us was like, "Oh, hey, you guys must know someone." And I turned to him. I was like, "Yeah, unfortunately, my wife knows me." It was a good show. He plays the hits. It's fun. Brian, you're interested in seeing the Joker? When are we going to see it? Should we have a meetup at the Joker movie?
Oh, there'll be like 4 sequels by the time we get to see it. If it's anything like our plans to go to a Met game.
Yeah, I'm just shocked. You like every goddamn comic book movie. Why do you draw the line at the Joker? Right, as far as comic book characters, you know, your not comic book knowledge is a little more limited. Is limited like mine.
Yeah.
You think of a better bad guy than the Joker?
And I mean, I don't know anything about comics, so no.
Like the superhero, like Batman, Superman, Spider-Man. Does anyone have a better villain than the Joker?
I mean, I don't even know who the villains are in any of those.
So there you go.
I don't see a lot of DC movies. There's Marvel and there's DC.
I haven't seen. I've seen Iron Man on a bootleg DVD that my dad bought from a guy that he worked with, and that is literally the only comic book movie I've seen.
So this is a DC movie?
Yeah. DC is like Batman, Superman.
And those are just inherently worse? Because didn't the Dark Knight movies were pretty good?
2 of them were. Third one was terrible.
I think the third one.
No, the first one was good. I never saw the third one, and the second one was the most overrated movie of the last 15 years.
I'd agree with that. Yeah.
I probably was overrated, but I still liked it. But
and I don't think they've ever made a good Superman movie since the very first one.
Yeah, I wouldn't disagree with that either.
And I saw Aquaman on the flight to Thailand, and it was terrible.
I'm waiting for the Entourage version of Aquaman to come out.
It would be better than the real version. It was so bad.
I was kind of hoping that guy would be in the movie somehow.
They should have been. I remember seeing the previews for Aquaman. I was like, is this like an SNL parody?
It's not like he's doing anything. They should have added.
Is it funny? Because it looks just like a stupid movie.
No, there's a couple he cracks jokes, but they're not funny. But it's like it takes itself really seriously, and it's not good.
Because I would think it'd be okay if it was like taking itself very not seriously. They were like the entire movie's like a gag, basically.
No, that's also, DC also goes like super super serious, and yeah. You know, like how
I
Batman's
saw a little
all
of like
dark
the
and
recent
serious.
Superman Batman movies, and they look just terrible.
Yeah, all the movies, they're just like, we're dark and serious and brooding, and it just doesn't really work.
I mean, so that's a fair point for not seeing the Joker, because DC movies sound like they are pretty bad. At the same time, the Joker's just like a fun character, and I don't know. I'm curious to see their take on him.
But is this movie even like considered a DC movie?
I mean, it's
his character, but
it's not in the universe they're trying to create. But I mean, it's a DC character.
Is there a superhero in this? Like, is Batman in this movie?
I think it's just.
I don't think he's not supposed to be.
I think it's just the Joker. I don't think there's any fights or anything. I think it's just him going crazy.
I mean, I kind of like that.
Yeah, it's interesting. I'm not saying I won't see it. I just, I'm not.
Someone has just changed their tune.
No, I'm just not. Like, if it's on, I'll watch it. But I'm not going to make it.
Opening night with me right now, Jay. I want to check it on Facebook.
See, I want to see it. I don't even consider it like a superhero or a comic book movie. I just think it looks like a dark movie that's going to have.
I think that's basically what it is.
Yeah. Like, I could care less that it's Joker. Just the whole concept of the movie and the trailer make it look like it's like a dark, semi-scary kind of movie.
Yeah. Any movie about like a psycho and how he came to be just sounds kind of interesting.
Yeah.
And he's like the combination they make him. I mean, the Joker is as dark of a character as you can get. So.
Yeah, pretty much.
We can move on.
Yeah, we'll see.
Can I read you guys something?
How long is it?
It's just a paragraph.
Okay.
It's a good paragraph.
A run-on paragraph?
It's not that long of a paragraph.
With Mark's reading skills, this might take a while.
It might take a while. I just thought this paragraph of all. This paragraph of all was the ultimate brink of sanity paragraph I've read this week.
Okay.
And this also touches on the fact that this could be the Donald Trump podcast. If you want to change the name, this is our Donald Trump segment also. Privately, the president had often talked about fortifying a border wall with a water-filled trench stocked with snakes or alligators, prompting aides to seek a cost estimate. He wanted the wall electrified with spikes on top that could pierce human flesh. After publicly suggesting that the soldiers shoot migrants if they threw rocks, the president backed off when his staff told him that that was illegal. But later in the meeting, aides recalled he suggested that they shoot immigrants in the legs to slow them down. That's not allowed either, they told him.
That's what cops are supposed to do.
This is not from The Onion. This is the New York Times.
You missed the part where he said moot instead of moat.
I just thought that was the most insane paragraph I've ever read in my life.
Did you not see him today when he asked China to look into Biden, even though he's being possibly impeached because he told Ukraine to look into Biden?
Well, that's different. That was a secret phone call. This is just him. This is him just telling the world.
Yeah, he's like, well, all right. Well, if they're not going to do it, I'll have to get somebody else to do it.
Could you imagine working for the man? He's like, I want alligators. And you're like, I have to get a fucking cost estimate for how much alligators across the entire Mexican border would cost?
The Mexican border is 1,950 miles. That's a lot of alligators. I mean, you figure an alligator can cover like a mile or two. That's still like 900 alligators.
Alligators are pretty scary, though. I mean, that would be a good deterrent.
How much are alligators, though?
all he needed to say was like sharks with laser beams. Like it's almost like he's trying to like become Dr. Evil from Austin Powers.
He also knows that sharks need water, right? And that most of it's not water.
Yeah, and how would you keep the alligators there? I mean, they're going to be private contractors, and they're just going to, they're not just going to hang out like waiting all day. They're just going to be like, fuck it, I'm going over here.
I wish like his aides were like, Trump, this is fantastic. Why don't you put this in a speech?
Yeah.
They should just like they should just be all right, and then like get like some Hollywood. Well, I guess they can't get Hollywood because Hollywood hates Trump. But get like a studio and like make a fake video of a wall with like the alligators and all that, and be like, look, here it is. And he could just watch that all day and think it's like the real border.
Just show him like a World War II like a movie, and just tell him that's the wall right now. We're shooting all the migrants.
If you think about it, he's really just a non-feeble Mr. Burns is what he is.
Yeah, exactly. Like, this is just, like, outside of the realm of, like, he had to be told you couldn't shoot migrants in the legs.
Well,
he was like,
can't just put
why don't we shoot them? You're not allowed to shoot them. What about in the leg? Again, you can't do that.
They don't even teach cops to shoot people in the leg. It's what they're supposed to do.
I mean, the fact that he was just, this is the most insane. Okay, let's put spikes on top of the wall.
Well, I get that.
I mean, what the wall thing's just dumb as it is, but this just seems like he really thought they'd build a giant moat.
Well, that's the thing. Like, alligators need their whole like an ecosystem. You can't just have one there unless it has stuff to eat. And
yeah, you can't just chain it to the wall like a dog.
Okay, forget even the snakes and the alligators. Just building a moat.
No, I think the alligator is the biggest part of this story. I really do.
The snakes are not a big part of the story. The shooting people in the legs is not a big part of the story.
It's a part of the story, but I really can't get past the alligators.
I can't get past the fact that all these things were like things that like his aides are sitting there like, I guess, are you going to tell him? Am I gonna? Okay, let's just look up the price of this, and then we'll tell him later.
Well, here's the thing: if you build a moat, you don't need a wall, because the moat is a wall, sort of.
I mean, couldn't they just swim across the moat because they're swimming across things anyway?
But I mean, if you have like people there, or alligators, or
you have alligators and snakes.
I mean, if you have a moat or like a valley or something. Like if you have like border patrol on one side, you're going to see all the people that are going down the moat on one side to come up the moat on the other side.
What about piranhas? I feel like they're even scarier.
Can we I just want to, can we cut to the scene where Trump's aide is trying to figure out the price of this stuff?
Why don't we just make, instead of the wall, just make 1900 just cardboard cutouts of Trump.
Why don't we just
like pointing his finger and make that the wall, and then nobody's going to come because they'll just be like, "Oh shit, it's him."
Why don't we light the border on fire and see if anyone will walk through the fire?
See, if I was in that meeting, I would just be egging him on, and I'd throw out piranhas or electric eels. I just see if I could get him to like agree with the crazier ideas.
Ring, 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 ring. Anyone going to answer? Ring, ring.
Hello.
Hi. Is this the pet store?
Yeah.
So I've been told you guys sell exotic animals.
That's correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
Richard Gere, is this you again?
We just got in some rainbow fish.
So I'm working on a project. I just want to get an estimate. If how much is an alligator?
That's a great question because pet stores don't sell alligators.
This is an exotic pet store, asshole.
Yeah, we have an owl.
Okay.
This is an erotic pet store, not an exotic pet store.
We have a sexy owl.
We sell gerbils.
I do have gerbils. I have let's just say I needed I've done an estimate. I need 1,827,512 alligators. How long would it take to get the number of alligators?
You should probably, because you're buying so many, you should do that on Amazon Prime. You get them a lot cheaper.
Okay. Is there any kind of savings program for buying in bulk?
I mean, you do get a keychain for every 1,000 alligators.
Yeah.
Okay, so that means I get like 10,000 keychains.
Yeah, while supplies last.
Do you need keys made too for the keychain?
Yeah. Sure. The alligators. Do you know how? Can you deliver them to different.
Sir, do you have an
locations.
account with us?
Yeah, I'll give you my credit card in a second. Do you think you could deliver them to different locations along the Mexican border? Like put one every 2 feet along the border.
What do we look like? Uber Eats?
Yeah, it's usually people come in and buy. We're not like a delivery service.
You have to. We will help you put the alligators in the back of your truck, but we're not putting them on the border anymore.
We're a brick and mortar store, sir.
Yeah.
Okay,
we're a mom and pop shop.
Okay, scene.
You just ordered more alligators than there are on the planet.
Skunks.
Yeah, you're right. You should have just been like egging him on, like just like everything you could come up with as even more absurd. Hey, sir, what if we put individual tornadoes at the border, and that way they'll be blown back into their country?
What if we just crossbreeded porcupines and skunks and put porcu-skunks all over the border?
What if we put a spray bottle at the border that like sprays gay stuff on you and you become gay, and that way they want to cross because they'll become gay?
What if we just put like really loud speakers on the border and blasted the Brink of Sanity podcast?
That's cruel. I mean, the alligators are one thing, not the Brink of Sanity podcast.
People will be allowed to
York
get shot.
podcast.
What if we put like those skull and crossbones all along the border, and that people will know coming in the country is poison?
They're pirates here.
What if we hire 100 million Walmart greeters to tell people they're not welcome?
Ungreeters?
Ungreeters.
Just put Jehovah's Witnesses there with their clipboards.
Let me tell you about this book I have.
I also saw another story on the New York Times that would fit in. I don't want to discuss very long, but last year, tech companies reported over 45 million online photos of children being sexually abused on the internet.
So there's Mark's pedophilia reference.
Yeah, I saw this. I was like, gotta discuss this on the break.
A little later in the show than usual.
Yeah. 45 million. Apparently, they said in 1998 there were 3,000 reports of pedophilia images on the web. Then a decade later, it was 100,000. In 2014, it was 1 million, and that last year there's 18.4 million, and this year there were 45. Or last full year there were 45 million.
That's a weird census, huh?
That's a really weird counting. Like, that's a really weird thing to have to count.
Yeah.
Who is the guy counting this, and how is he not getting in trouble?
Yeah.
I mean, I have to say, if you're a pedophile,
sir, I'm just doing it for research.
You should just get the job counting.
Yeah.
If you got caught when you just say that, I'm just doing a census.
I work for the New York Times. Like, yeah, just get these jobs. All you have to do is get these jobs, and then you're home free.
I just wanted to see how many were out there, sir.
Yeah,
for
sir,
journalism.
I'm doing a service for our country, and I have 44 million more to count.
All right.
We don't have. We can move on.
Yeah.
The other thing, my other New York Times article. We move on to this real fast. Also, was that apparently they used to say, they always been saying eat less red meat, and now they found that that's not really based on much science.
That was just PETA.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know. There was a New York Times article also saying that apparently they found that the science behind eat less red meat is somewhat questionable. So I have no idea what I'm supposed to eat for my diet anymore.
When you guys
There's really nothing healthy to eat. Everything is something wrong with it.
Yeah, pretty much.
What's going on?
When you guys walk past somebody, do you always say, "Excuse me"?
Are you talking about like a homeless person, like on the ground that's like bleeding?
No, like, all right, let's say like you're in a store and they have narrow aisles, and you're coming down the aisle, somebody's already there. They look over, they clearly see you. They make no effort to move over a little bit.
I often will throw a shoulder. I'll take out that old lady.
I mean,
yeah, of course, yeah, you should say excuse me, of course.
Really?
Pardon me, if you want to be British.
Even if they're like clearly being obnoxious about it?
So I'm guessing this was done. The person did not say excuse me to you.
Oh no, I stopped saying that to other people because
You stopped saying it?
if they're being obnoxious, like I say excuse me if it's a normal like I'm trying to get past, but like
if they're not moving out of the way, well, also let's say excuse me because maybe they don't see me. Maybe they're not being like obnoxious.
But what if they don't see you, but they're being ridiculous? Like the subway door's open and they're literally blocking the whole door and they're not moving. Right?
I don't know. I just sometimes people are just in their own heads. Like they might have like their headphones on and not paying attention because they're listening to whatever they're listening. They're listening to the Break of Sanity, so they're not paying attention.
Yeah, be aware of your surroundings.
Right. What do you do during the show? It always sounds like you're dialing something.
Oh, it's my stupid. I was gonna buy a new headset, and I didn't yet.
Can we have a Patreon?
Microphone. What?
Can we save up and buy Brian a headset?
I was going to ask you guys if we were sticking with the show. I was going to buy a new headset, and I guess we're still sticking with the show, so I got to get a new one. And I just haven't gotten around to it.
Do you mind getting a new headset just so I don't hear that noise anymore?
I will. Yes, I will get one.
Okay, awesome. I got a new set of headset. I've gotten one also because I had problems. So
it only took Mark like 70 straight episodes of it to get a new headset.
It took me a while.
Well, now that he's conquered that, he can make fun of me.
Yeah,
exactly.
Now Mark's all high and mighty.
I order thee to get a new headset. Excuse me.
I have since we're talking about manners and etiquette, I have a question for you guys.
All right.
Sure.
All right, I'm going to give you a scenario that happened to me for a favor that I did for somebody, and I want you guys to tell me how long I should wait. How long should I have to wait to expect to hear a thank you from this person?
Okay.
Well, if you haven't already gotten it, then you're never getting it. But go on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Agreed.
Okay.
Who's like, hey, Bri, I really appreciate that you gave me that liver 8 years ago. Thank you.
Okay. So a friend of mine asked me to get her a hotel room at the casino on a Friday night, and I was able to. It was like her, either her cousin.
Do you run the casino?
No.
I mean, it sounds like you're like some big boss man. They're like, can you get me a room? I know people. I can get you a room.
She asked me to get her a free room because I was able to get free rooms, and it was a Friday night, which is kind of a bigger deal and a little tougher. But she said it was like either her cousin or her aunt's like birthday, so it's gonna be like 4 or 5 people in the room or whatever.
Jay, have you ever gone to the casino with him?
I have not.
You have to do this. Go to the casino with him. I'm probably not going to make it up to go to the casino with him, but I want to know if he walks in there and everyone just knows his name.
we were actually
the biggest
talking.
deal ever.
All of my free stuff is run out.
Like he goes in there, he's like P. Diddy in there, basically.
No, we were talking about it a couple weeks ago, but me, Bri, and one of our old roommates were all going to go, and nobody wanted to share a room with one of our old roommates. And so I looked into how much getting your own room was, and it was like $400 or $500 for a night, and I just.
Yeah, it was rough because it was a concert night.
Yeah, maybe when I get my new job, but definitely not now.
Okay.
So I ended up getting her a room, and I guess there's supposed to be like 4 or 5 people that were going, but I guess a couple canceled. I think there's only 2 or 3 people. So I got a room on a Friday night. So how long do you think I should have to wait for her to like text me and be like, "Hey, thanks"?
So you got a room this past Friday night?
No, it was a Friday night. I'm gonna tell you how long it's been.
Oh, okay.
But I want you guys to tell me how long it should be.
So if it was just pretending it was this past Friday night, it already would have gone beyond. So I would say, if not thanking you immediately upon you getting like that, when you're like, oh, I got you a room. Oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. If they didn't do that, they should thank you after they stayed there. Like they got to the hotel, either when they get to the hotel or after leaving, go, hey, Bri, thanks a lot. We had a great weekend. I really appreciate it.
I was going to say when they drop their bags off in the room before they go back out to do whatever they're going to do.
I had to physically go down there and get the room for them too. So I had to go down and get.
You had to drive a half hour.
Yeah, I had to drive an hour. That's another part of the story. So I had to drive down after work, meet her, get their key, check in, and then give her the key. And then I went to the room with her and I hung out for like 20 minutes. And she was a total bitch and was like on her phone the whole time and whatever.
I'm just gonna say this. I'm not a typical. I may not be a typical person for a jury, but I would vote to not convict you if you murdered her.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, if you actually saw her face to face, that was the moment.
So
right.
I don't understand.
But even so, after the fact, don't you think she should like just be like, "Hey, we had a good time," or "Hey, you should have hung out," or "Hey, thanks again."
Absolutely.
So I want to understand this. So this woman, Susan, or whatever her name is,
Mhm.
Susan calls you and is like, "Hey, I have this whatever. I have a special occasion. Do you mind getting me a room?" You're like, "Sure, I can get you a room."
Mhm.
At that point, she doesn't say thank you.
Well, I mean, she probably did. I don't remember, but
Okay,
I
okay,
mean,
she gives like
I would still think like
There
if
should be another
somebody
thing.
does something for me, like even after the fact, I'll just shoot him a text and be like, "Hey, thanks again," or
Yeah, okay,
because she
that's
was
fine.
trying to get me to steak. She was like, "Oh, we're going to dinner." And I'm like, "No, I don't want to go." Like she could have texted me and been like, "Hey, you should have stuck around," or "Hey, we had fun," or "Hey, you missed out," something like that.
Okay, so she may have thanked you initially, but then at you come to the hotel room, you like present her with the room. You guys hang out for a little bit. You're like, "Hey, I'm gonna go back," and she's like, "Okay, see you later."
Pretty much, yeah.
When you saw her, at any point when you saw her, she didn't say thank you for the room. I know this is like a Seinfeld episode almost.
She might have. Like when I handed her the keys, she might have said thank you, but like,
Okay, so this woman basically said thank you when you got her the room. She said thank you when you showed up to the hotel. What the hell's wrong with you? How many thank yous do you need?
well, it's on Tuesday. It'll have been 7 months since I've heard from her.
That's a long time.
So
she-
I don't think
so-
I'm getting a thank you.
Well, Jay,
This happened on March 8th.
Jay, just based on this story, is there a chance he was thanked twice for this room?
Sounds likely that Bry was thanked twice.
But I literally have not heard from her since March 8th.
So you wanted a post hotel room stay? Thank you.
Yes.
Okay.
And a handy.
Yeah. Is there like at any point? I know you have a girlfriend, but she won't listen to the podcast. Are you trying to nail this girl?
No.
Are
I
you
wasn't.
sure?
Yes. No.
If she said-
I've known her for a long time.
Okay. If she said, "Hey, I know I don't want to make things weird, but I think I should go down on you," would that been would you been like, "Okay, I guess you're right."
Well, that would have been a good thank you. Yeah.
Okay, that would be a good.
But
Thank you head would be like a nice like. It should be more common. Like I want to beat that some country where that's a custom.
Well, I'm like 70% sure she's not dead, but I literally have not heard from her since I left the room that night. Like I walked out and I said, "See you later," and I have not heard from her.
So is it weirder that she didn't like text you after to say thank you, or just
Yeah.
weird that you just haven't had contact with her since then?
Well, both. First, I thought it was weird that she didn't. First, I was pissed that I didn't hear from her. First, it was weird, and now I just got pissed. I was like, I can't believe I have not heard from her in 7 months.
Jay, what do you think about this?
I don't know the relationship before this.
Yeah, let's
Are you guys hanging out before this?
Who is she to you? You don't have to actually give her name, but who is she to you? Give us.
No, we were just friends. I've known her for like, I don't know, like 15 years probably.
Well, you know her longer. You've known her almost as long as you've known Jay. Like, how do you know her?
I met her sister. I met her sister like at a bar, like when I was like 25.
Okay.
And then like her sister at a party, and I went there and I met her sister.
So she lives near you, and you like hang out in the
She
same.
was the next town over. Yeah, we went a few years like where we were like, whatever, and then we sort of like.
At any
sort
point,
of
at any point were you guys hooking up?
No.
Were you guys dating? There's nothing.
No, she's married. She's married, and actually, the night of the hotel room, she had filed for divorce from her husband.
Oh, so maybe she wanted you to stay over, and like she was like she's upset that you didn't like. She's like, I got me a hotel room.
No, because there were 3 people in the room when I left, and the other 2, like she was on her phone the whole time, and her friend who I never met before was like talking my ear off, like, "Oh, this is so great, you got us a room, thanks, blah blah. Are you sure it's not going to cost you anything?" I'm like, "No, that's fine."
So maybe she's like, I thanked him I thanked him twice. My friend thanked him. How many more thank yous does this guy need?
I don't know. I just thought it was weird.
When would you like normally? Better question. When would you normally like? When would you like hang out with her? Like, what occasion has something come up? Like, does she usually reach out to you to hang out, or do you reach out to her?
We used to go to this goes against one of my rants from the other week, but her, me, and a couple of her friends used to go to this bar for trivia. Like last year. I know. It goes against her.
I hate
and
trivia.
I played kickball with her and a bunch of her friends a couple of years ago.
Okay. So, but like, is there any occasion that you would have hung out with her? Like, have you texted her and she hasn't responded?
No, I haven't. After I was like, I'm going to give her 2 weeks to say thank you, and then when I didn't hear from her, I was like, I'm not saying anything till I hear from her. So I'm playing the long game here.
Okay, so you're upset she hasn't reached out to you to hang out?
No, just in general.
You were in a kickball league?
Yeah.
Bro, you have this whole secret life that we know nothing about.
It was like 3 or 4 years ago.
I wouldn't have guessed Bri would do a kickball league. I mean, I've done a kickball league before, but I just wouldn't have guessed Bri would.
Well, especially not 3 or 4 years ago.
Yeah, that's true too. Do you often play kickball?
Oh, I haven't played in 3 or 4 years. Whatever that was. It was fun. I was just too old for it.
I remember doing a kickball league, and one of the guys was like, there was a guy there, and he was like, someone asked his age, and he was like, I'm 40. He looked kind of young, but I was like, holy shit, he's 40. What the hell is he hanging out with us? We're like 25.
Yeah, I was probably 36, and they were all like, she's 4 years younger than me, so like her group was like 32, and then there was like a group younger than them. It was like 26 and 27, and like we'd play kickball and then go to the bar, and it was like a Thursday night, and I'm like, yeah, I'm just gonna have a beer and go home, and everybody's like closing the bar. I'm just like, yeah, I think I'm too old.
That was
this.
the same exact thing when I did volleyball after grad school. This is probably like 3 years ago. Everyone was like 24, and they're like, oh, let's play Flip Cup until like 2 a.m.
Yeah, that's what they were playing at this one bar. It was Flip Cup every night, which I'd never played before.
I hate Flip Cup, by the way.
I was like, give me beer pong. I don't want to play Flip Cup.
Yeah, exactly. I hate Flip Cup.
I like beer pong better, but I would totally do Flip Cup. I would probably stay there late and do Flip Cup, even though it's a terrible idea for like the next day. Yeah. But if I was single, I would totally do one of those leagues. And yeah,
they have all kind of like the whole like the company or the league or whatever that like had the kickball. They have like volleyball. They have dodgeball. They have
was it Zog Sports?
I don't remember. It was a Connecticut thing. I don't know if it's a national thing. Wait, what was it?
Zog Sports?
I don't think that was it.
It's a big one here. Anyway, so someone you thanked multiple times, you may or may not wanting to bang, did not reach out to you since then.
I just find it strange because, like, I thought we were friends, and I literally, like, I just find it weird now that I'm over the fact that she never thanked me. I just find it strange that I haven't heard from her since March.
Jay, if you have to analyze the story, who are you going with on this story? Who's being a little more odd, Bri or the girl?
I don't know how much contact was going on between them before this thing. Like, I don't know if you guys were just like I have friends I check in with every 6 months or so. Like, if it was that kind of friend.
No, we talked quite a bit because she was always complaining about her husband, and she was telling me how she was thinking about getting divorced and all that, and I was just like, yeah, whatever.
I think my gut on this is that she wanted to get with Bri, and when she saw there was no Bri was like, I'm off limits to you, she was done with Bri.
No. If she wanted me, she could have had me.
Jay, what's your take on the story? Any more to add, or should we move on?
I think we should move on.
Well, we'll let the listeners chime in via email. The Brink
of
Sanity.
I do know what happened to her. Bri, if you want to know what happened,
here we go. This should be good.
She's currently dating Stickman.
I knew Stickman was going to be involved.
Stickman.
All right. thebrinkofsanity@gmail.com. Chime in if you want. We have an email from Peter. He says, count this as an enthusiastic vote to keep the show going. Also, the beginning of the penultimate episode, Cancer and Bri's point, recommend he watch the movie The Farewell, or at least the episode of This American Life the movie is based upon. Keep doing the great podcast. Thank you, Peter.
What episode is that? Like our episode, I mean.
Right. I don't know. Soon.
No, what's he? I mean, I don't know what he's talking about. What is he talking about? He's referencing something I said.
I think you should watch. He's saying you should watch The Farewell, or at least the episode of This American Life the movie is based upon, when we do the last episode.
Oh, all right.
Okay, I don't know what he's talking about. We have a top 5. Want to do the top 5?
Yeah, let me just do another. We're a little behind on emails, so let me do 1 or 2 more.
Okay, go for it.
Hey guys, this is from Lorenzo. You know, in some superhero movies, there's a 30-second montage of the superhero in question getting dressed, i.e., pulling up their boots, adjusting their belt, etc., etc. Each morning, as he's getting ready for work, does this montage play through Jay's head? I will not comment on that.
So you feel like you're a superhero every morning, Jay? Do you wear your Brink of Sanity shirt underneath your work shirt, and like every once in a while you're like, I'm gonna break this out?
I'm just the montage in the beginning while they still suck, but like I'm still in the montage part.
Bri.
Stuck on the train somewhere.
Jay has a big reveal.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. And I'm going to reveal it for Jay. Jay is going back to school.
Ah.
Yeah.
Is that okay to mention on the show, Jay?
That's fine. It's true.
Again? Really?
He's going to become a doctor.
No, I'm taking a 3-week coding class, so I'll be certified in coding.
He needs to get every certification he could possibly get at this point.
How's that going to help you video edit? Coding? What do you mean coding?
Like SQL?
That was the worst explanation I've ever heard.
Yeah, like what? I'm going to ask again. What do you mean coding?
You mean like SQL? He means like internet, like computer coding.
Oh.
Like databases. You need.
What did you say? Why did you say SQL?
That's the class. That's the language I'm going to be learning, SQL.
Why would Brian know the computer coding language?
I don't know. People know it.
You say the most random things, expect people to know them.
So why are you wasting your time and money on this?
I have a lead, and I just need to take a.
Is it from the Bitcoin guy?
No, he's out. To get this job, I need to take a brief coding test, and this class will be exactly what I need to pass the test.
So if you could do well in this class or like learn what they're going to teach you, you'd be able to pass this test and get a new job that's much better than yours.
Now, how many times are you going to have to take this test?
Once. This is not the CPA. This will be fine. One and done.
So the company that you'd be interviewing with requires a test.
Are you getting a job as a hacker? Is that what you're doing?
You won't even get an interview without taking this test first. Like you apply to their job, they say take.
Are you applying for the test? The company who runs the test, like that guy, that's like, you can't be hired unless you take this test.
Don't worry about it. I'm not gonna.
Okay. So you're applying for a job at a company where your friend can get you the interview if you could pass this test. Is that essentially it?
Right.
Okay.
Like, because if you apply to a job at the company, they send you the test. They're like, we don't even want to interview you unless you could pass this test.
Yeah, I mean, I'm assuming if you're doing something related to computer coding, that makes sense, or some kind of computer company.
Is it the CIA? Is that who you're applying for?
Well, I'll talk about it later when it's closer to the time. But
okay, we don't have to ask you more questions about it. But it does sound like a good opportunity, and hopefully Jay will be moving into a better job and ending his daily podcast. Work hates Jay.
Lorenzo writes, "It's role play time. Jay will be himself. Bri will be Jay's boss, and Mark will be Olivia Munn. The setting is Jay's work. Unbeknownst to everybody, management has introduced an initiative where Olivia Munn will give blowjobs to the person who is the best plastic recycler. The scene starts with Jay's boss and Olivia walking in. Take it away."
Jay.
Hi, Jay's boss. Mr. Boss Man, I'm so excited to be here. My agent said blowing employees was the best thing for my career.
Now, Jay, we have a new policy here.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to
It involves me giving blowjobs.
Quiet, Olivia. You get in a corner. You stay in your place. Now, Jay, this new policy involves you doing everything I tell you to do.
It sounds a lot like the old
policy. If you
policy.
do everything I tell you to do, this young lady over here will blow you.
Yes, I will. That's what I'll do. That's what I'll do for my career.
I feel like there's a dark twist to this.
You're just going to have to clean up all the plastic.
Mm-hmm. Done.
You're going to have to let the fat guy eat all the cookies.
Fine.
You're going to have to edit some videos that I made.
If he can't edit videos,
Quiet.
I'm blowing him.
Quiet, you.
Okay.
And
Does he
first
live with
and then we have to run
Does
the
he
40.
bold? I'm not blowing him.
Then we have to run the 23andMe on her to make sure she's really Asian.
Mm-hmm.
And
does he only like Asian men?
And then you're gonna have to sell all your Bitcoin.
Ooh, is he a Bitcoin billionaire?
Well, no.
So basically, this deal's gonna run me a $6,000 loss.
And you're gonna have to give me credit for your Work Hates Jay podcast.
I want to interject that I only blow guys who are comfortable with their manliness to change in a men's locker room.
Well, it's been a good talk. I know.
Also, he has to have hair on his toes, or else I'm not blowing him.
Olivia, you could tell us Aaron Rodgers is gay, right?
I can't.
Did she date him?
I may have. Yeah. I mean, he's very close with his center, allegedly.
And also, Jay, we're gonna have to talk about your TPS reports.
Oh my God.
You forgot about the cover sheets again.
Can I blow everyone here but this one man?
Ooh, me or him?
Mundo, for you, I'll blow you, but you have to. I'm not going to thank you.
Okay.
All right. Lorenzo writes, "Hey guys, what are the top 5 salads of all time?"
Caesar,
yeah.
A tossed salad.
Mm-hmm.
Like when a guy's tossing your salad, that's what I'm. Like in prison.
Macaroni.
Potato.
Mm-hmm.
chicken.
All right.
I make a kick-ass chickpea salad.
Huh.
I'm gonna throw down the gauntlet. I'm gonna say I make the best salad of anyone on the show.
I will give you that title.
Sweet.
I'm too tired to argue.
Nice.
All right. That was an easy one.
That was role play for this week.
Jay, can you get T-shirts made with Brink of Sanity and saying I'm the best salad maker?
Brink of Sanity will toss your salad.
You don't mind? Can you order like 100 of those? I think they'll sell out.
All right. Yeah, we'll do the rest of the emails next week.
Do you have any more emails?
Yeah, we'll do them next week.
Okay. Do you want to do our top 5s and then call it a day?
Yeah.
Okay. So we're doing a top 5. We couldn't agree on the top 5, so we're doing different top 5s.
Basically, Mark's not flexible when he comes.
I am not flexible at all. So what is your category, Jay and Bri?
We're just doing top 5 types of people you see at every job.
Okay. So I have like 10 people in my company. I don't even see 5 people on a regular basis at my company. So I don't have 5 people to even comment on.
Right. So Mark wants to do how we could get rich again for the 30th straight episode.
Or if we had those ideas, we would have tried them.
Bri, just think about this. What is Jay's dream in life? What's his dream profession? We've made jokes about it. I'm not asking something that you're not going to know. This is Jay's dream is to be a video editor, right?
I guess at some point.
Yeah, at some point that was his dream, right?
Yeah.
So, are people making money as video editors these days? YouTube, all YouTube is people that are video editors making millions of dollars.
I mean, there's video and everything. I mean, even like with sports, because somebody has to edit all the like game film and stuff with the players. And
if Jay's frustrated he couldn't get a job somewhere as a video editor, fine. But Jay could just edit video now, put it on YouTube, and probably be more successful than all of us.
So how come all your get-rich ideas involve me spending a ridiculous amount of time on things?
Oh no, I'm just thinking it's funny that your dream was to be a video editor, and now like there's a whole thing where everyone's a video editor.
Yeah, well, technology changed.
You don't think that's a little funny? Anyway, so
yeah,
I also noticed that like I was watching YouTube. Well, that's what I was watching. My daughter was watching YouTube, and there was like some video she was watching where like some girl is playing with her dolls and having a beauty parlor. And I'm like, well, this is stupid. I look down, there's 11 million views. Whoever parent shot that video is making millions of dollars basically off their daughter pretending to run a beauty salon.
It's because people have nothing better to do with their lives.
I know, but
watch that shit for.
Well, that's totally true, but people are making crazy money off that. Like there's the whole like unboxing thing where like kids open toys and play with them, and the parents make millions of dollars.
It's true.
So all I was saying is that Jay is into video editing. We can start a video channel and I did a top 5 list of video channels we could start on the YouTube. Jay's doing the job thing and Bry's doing the job thing. Why don't you guys start and I'll jump in also. We'll go round robin here.
It doesn't make sense to do that at all.
Why not?
We're just gonna do round robin with different top fives. It doesn't even make sense.
You guys have the same top five. I have a different top five.
You have lost your goddamn mind.
Just start, Jack. Come on. So tell me about someone you find at every job. Are these people that you find at jobs you've worked at, or just like at any job?
It'll be at any job.
Okay, but they're descriptions of people you've actually interacted with.
Yeah, but I mean they're at every job. I mean,
if you want to name the people so they can find out about it.
If you work at a job with more than 4 people, like you do, Mark, you'll run into all these people.
Since graduating since starting in the work world, I haven't worked at a company that has had more than like 12 people.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. Anyway, Jay, start off. Okay, Bri, you start off. Bri, tell me about your work person.
Well, there's the kiss ass.
Mm-hmm.
This is an amazing list. I'm sorry, I should have done your list.
I mean, I think even in your 4-person company, there's the kiss ass.
Yeah,
and if you can't think of who it is, it's probably you.
There's no real kiss ass in my company.
I bet you that the person who sits next to me at my work, it's probably all 5 of the people that Jay's gonna name.
Yeah, I have.
She's the most annoying. Like I've been going around. I've been so annoyed at work this week. I've been going around to people saying, if I strangle the girl who sits next to me, will you guys be my character witnesses?
I'm sure that didn't get back to her ever.
No, it won't. I know who to.
I have a question. Who of these 3 people that Bri could kill? Who is he most likely to be like exonerated for? Like the jury say, like not guilty. This kiss ass at work, the woman who not say thank you, or stick man. Which is the most justified murder by Bri?
Oh, it would be the girl at work.
More so than the girl that say thank you, because I thought the anger was there.
Well,
if I got a woman judge, she might,
That's a crime of passion. That's different.
Yeah.
Okay. Stickman would be justified also, but I assume Stickman would be you went to his gym and things got out of hand.
The kiss ass is very similar to the overzealous worker, the type of person that works all night and on weekends. Work is life, life is work. There's always one of those in the office too.
That's actually me in the office.
Really?
But I do it sort of like, not ironically, but I do it sort of like,
I've ironically pulled 3 all-nighters.
Like I do it to like stick it to people, to just because there's so many people in my office that like if like all they like in the winter every day it's like, oh, I hope it snows, we have a snow day, and it's like they pay me to work. I don't know what they pay you here for. So like on snow days, because I'm like the closest one to the office, I'll just go in because I don't care. Once I'm in, I don't care if it snows. So I'll just be like, yeah, I was here all day while you guys were off. And
are you first to show up but last to leave?
I'm the first to show up. No, I'm the first to show up, but I leave like right at 4, and like they'll make fun of me like, oh, it's 4 o'clock. There goes Brian, and I'm like, yeah, well, you don't see me here at 10 after 7 when I don't really have to start till 8.
You get to leave work at 4? It's pretty good.
Yeah, I work 8 to 4 most of the time.
Oh.
But I'm like, yeah, I do my extra work early. I don't do it because I go in, nobody's there till 8. I get so much work done when there's nobody there because everybody is so loud and annoying.
Mm-hmm.
Makes sense.
What else you got?
Okay, wait. No, I'm going to my first one on my list. It's my YouTube channel.
This isn't confusing.
We get toy action figures, and we film the toy action figures acting out Jay's day at work. So all the horrible stories Jay has about work, we just act them out with toy action figures.
It seems like that would take a long time.
I mean, we can just play with them, and then we don't have to make it perfect, but each of us gets a G.I. Joe character, and one will be Jay at work, and the other ones will be his horrible boss is treating him poorly.
If Jay's editing those videos, then that's sort of like a self-fulfilling prophecy.
It took us 2 years to go to a baseball game, but we're supposed to every week meet up and play with action figures.
I thought maybe you could film all this, Jay. I could film my action figure, and you could film your action figure, and somehow you could edit them together.
I knew somehow it would end up with me doing it inordinate
Well,
amount of work.
I assumed you do the video editing, Jay. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Bri will do the books.
The books.
I'll play. I don't
Books?
know. I don't know. There are books.
Well,
for
I'm
the
gonna
show.
read.
I'm a CPA, but Bri will do the books. That makes sense.
Well, then fine. I'll do the coding.
Okay. Okay, go to your next one, Bri.
This episode's ridiculous.
The person who screws up their work so that they don't have to do certain work.
So, in other words, the person that does shitty jobs so he doesn't get more responsibility.
Yeah, like they get something they don't want to do, so they screw it up, so then it gets passed on to somebody else.
Yeah. I actually sit like 3 seats over from that person. Just been there for like 10 years, doesn't know how to do a thing, or pretends they don't know how to do a thing.
Why don't you do that at work? Just pretend you don't do anything. That will make your job easier.
I actually have a similar one. It's basically Wally from the Dilbert cartoons. I don't know if you guys read Dilbert, but it's
You're familiar with what Dilbert.
Wally's the guy who walks around with a cup of coffee and he doesn't really do anything ever, and he puts more effort into not doing work or figuring out ways to not do work than it actually would take to do the work.
Sounds like George Costanza.
Got a few of those.
Yeah.
My next one is I want a best the brink of sanity acting out with stuffed animals. So each week we pick our best part of the show, and we act out that part of the show with stuffed animals.
So it's the first idea, but instead of toys, it's stuffed animals.
They're all similar.
Why
Yeah.
does every one of your toys involve like being a 5-year-old?
Well, I just don't think we're gonna be I don't think we're gonna be the actors in the show. And I just seeing what my kids watch on YouTube that like having toy characters, or stuffed animals, someone's like having characters act everything out would be funnier and more interesting.
So it's basically Robot Chicken.
Yeah, whatever. I mean, that's anything that would get viewers, basically.
Okay.
It could be if we pick the best part of every show, and like we could have for this show, we could have acted out Trump and the snakes and stuff, but using stuffed animals. We get a stuffed animal Trump also. Why not?
All right. I just you're in Long Island and I'm in Queens and Bry's in Connecticut. It just seems like it's difficult.
I do understand the impractical nature of the YouTube channel. All I'm saying is a YouTube channel would be a good way to make money.
Okay.
I still don't understand how you make money on a YouTube channel.
So you get a certain number of views, and then I think like they have an advertising, they have a revenue system where basically they run commercials, basically, or like little ads, banner ads.
You get paid by the view.
By the view, basically, and I think
that's why I believe YouTube is one of the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse.
But you have to get to like something like 100,000 views to have any shot of making any money. And the ones that make millions, like you also the people actually make millions of dollars doing that.
Yes.
That's why the terrorists should have won.
But I mean, like in fairness, this is just the entertainment people like now. I mean, it's not. There are lots of shitty movies out there that would also be justification for the terrorists should win.
Every Adam Sandler movie since
exactly
95.
Every shitty Adam Sandler movie is just as bad as anything on YouTube.
True. All right, what do you got next, Brian?
The guy who walks around all the time, not doing anything, but saying sarcastically, "Oh, you're working?" to people who are working.
Yeah, it's pretty similar to the Wally guy.
Yeah, yeah.
It's amazing that some people don't have any work to do. All the managers know they have no work to do, but it's like not a problem.
I mean, I would say the idea of the person coming up to you and like trying like talk, it's great to have conversation at work, but sometimes the people coming up to you and they want to keep talking, and you're like, I do actually have work to do. I actually want to get this done.
We have a person who takes like 3-hour lunches every day, and
do you want to know what's?
What?
Finish. Okay.
My friend who quit, they were asking like reasons why, and he's like, well, you ride us really hard, but then you have somebody right across from us that takes 3-hour lunches, and the manager's like, oh, so and so, like they knew exactly who it was, and they're totally fine with that person taking 3-hour lunches, but like, like we get ridden hard every day. It's weird. It doesn't make sense.
So it seems like there are a lot of. Sorry,
go ahead. No, go ahead.
Okay, it seems like there are a lot of freeloaders at your job, Jay. Why can't you get one of those roles?
It's
and be
every
a
job.
freeloader?
Every job has one of those.
I know, but you hate your job anyway, so why don't you become a freeloader at your job, and then like you can just do that and like make the job less miserable for yourself until
You
you find something
can't
better.
just become one.
Just like go to the like Jay, you got to do your billing, and you're like, I forgot how to do that. I got hit in the head earlier. I don't remember anything.
What were we going to say, Bri?
I was going to say a couple of different things. So I was going to give an example. One of our freeloaders, receptionist, is like notorious for like going way over her vacation and sick days. Like she's already over them now for the rest of the year, and like there's no way she's not going to be out a day for the rest of the year. Like she took 2 weeks. Her daughter moved to Arizona. She took 2 weeks off. She was out sick with the flu in January. Then her mother died. But I mean, her mother was like 90 and like in a nursing home, so it wasn't like a thing. Like she took a week off for that. Then she went to Arizona to see her daughter for 2 weeks. Then her daughter came out. She took time off. Then she got sick again. Then her daughter came out in July. She came out on a Thursday. She took Thursday off. She was going to work Friday. Was going to work Monday. She worked Friday. She called out sick Monday.
Can you hire someone that will just show up to the job?
Like it's just crazy. Like she's quote unquote sick like every Friday or Monday, like in the summer when it's nice out, and it's like every Monday I'm like, oh, she's out. Oh, what a surprise! Yeah, it's a nice day and it's a Monday, and everybody just laughs, and it's like, you all know it's true. But going back to people who don't do anything in the office, this is a real thing that was supposed to happen in my office tomorrow and is not, but it's going to probably happen next Friday. The two of the attorneys and 2 or 3 other people in the office are doing a water taste test. This is a real thing.
Sorry, what?
So I don't know how it started. Somebody said something about a bottle of water. Like they had some brand of water and was like, oh, I don't like that water. I like, what's it called, better. And somebody said, you can't tell the difference. And the first person was like, yeah, I can. So one of the attorneys went out and bought about 20 different bottles of water.
Holy shit.
Fiji, Poland Springs, store brand, like everything. And they were going to like interrupt the entire office tomorrow and do a water taste test to see what everybody thought was the best. And like, if you could tell pick the brands or whatever. It's not happening tomorrow because one of the people involved is this girl who's pregnant, and I think she was like involved with like the original statement of she's the one who said she could taste the water, or was like challenging the person saying that no, you can't. Anyway, she got sick today, so she's home for the rest of the week. So she's not going to be in tomorrow. So it's probably going to happen next Friday. But that's like a waste of time, real thing that's going to happen in my office. Like that's so stupid it wouldn't even happen on the Office TV show.
People who are making like $200 an hour are going to be spending their time doing that.
Yeah,
that is unbelievably stupid.
So somebody said to me yesterday, like, are you going to be in the water thing? And I go, no, I have fucking work to do. I'm not going to sit here and drink water.
People at work who hold water tasting contests. Don't you hate those guys?
I can't say that's in every office.
That seems like a weird one. Did you correct everyone? Go, don't you mean Coke or Pepsi? You're trying to identify which tastes better. You guys are missing what. This is not the contest.
In the middle of our file room, there on top of one of the filing cabinets, it's like 20 bottles of water. There's like 2 big Poland Spring, 2 big Fiji, 2 big Aquafina, 2 big like store brand. Then they're going to use tap water. This brand, first of all, there's so many brands of water. I didn't even know what they all were.
I mean, it really comes down to like when water in the bottle came out, everyone said this is the dumbest thing ever, and yet everyone drinks it. And now people are like arguing over which tastes better.
Right, because because the governments were too cheap to like, monitor the water and make sure it was okay. Instead, it's like a whole bottled water industry.
Yeah.
We have a manager who, the last couple of years, I thought was getting way more vacation days than everybody else. So I started counting this year.
I started that, and then I my file got corrupted. I had a spreadsheet that I was using, and it got all screwed up, and I'm going to start again next year.
Well, this manager's way over already, and we still have 3 months left. So I found out this week that her manager is letting her like run a report on the weekend and then getting a full vacation day back for doing something on the weekend. And I was like,
some of that stuff is crazy. Like my cousin works for the Hartford and she works from home. And like if she like logs on and does something for like an hour, it counts as like a day of work.
yeah, that's like
what's she's
happening.
like, oh, I took the day off but I logged on and now I got the day back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's
but
what's happening.
She's been there so long that, and like she buys vacations. She literally has like 2 years worth of vacation time.
In fairness, like people are gaming the system. How much do you really care?
I care because I can't do it.
Yeah, that's really it. Like you don't care they're doing it. It's that you can't figure out how to do it yourself.
Well, it's like
I can't take time off because nobody does my work when I'm out.
Yeah, same here. That's the problem.
That's fair.
This person's out. Like people do work for that person, but when I'm out, it just sits there. So it's
your new computer coding job, Jay. People will do your work while you're gone.
Damn straight they will.
Yeah, and Bri, you're just screwed.
Yeah.
Okay, I have this.
Wait, no. Is it? Oh, it's your turn. Yeah, go
yeah. I have the scavenger. This is the person that eats all the snacks and goes.
We did a whole bit about it last week. Right?
Yeah. Goes to the conference rooms when the meeting's over and takes all the food out of the conference rooms.
Okay, so each episode of the YouTube channel will follow. I'm going to follow one ant in my household and its journey through the house.
That's a small camera. That's a small GoPro.
Yeah.
If you do commentary on the end, I might actually watch that.
Yeah, it's not so bad, huh?
Yeah, that one's the one I'd actually watch.
I'm impressed you're going to use real ants and not a toy or a doll.
Yeah.
No, we'll follow the real ants, and then we can record. I can do the video, and then we can record audio over it. Like we'll air it again. We'll record the video audio over it, and then like we'll do our play-by-play of the ant, and then we'll put it up.
Okay, just to make extra work.
You should you should somehow follow 3 ants around and just play our podcast over it so it looks like it's them 3 talking.
I like this. See, Jay, you should come up with ideas like Bry's doing.
Or get like 3 mice and just play it, and then it's like one is Jay, one is Mark, one is Bry. And there's like running in a wheel and they're talking and you don't know which one is which.
That'd be fantastic, actually.
You could like computer generate their mouths to move.
Put like a little M on one of them, put a little B on the other one. Yeah, we each got to pick a mouse. Jay, which mouse do you want?
The one on the right.
Okay. Bri, what's your next YouTube channel?
I got mixed up with my top 5s. I'm sorry.
Okay.
What do you got, Bri?
It'd be cool if Bri did like half employees and half YouTube channels.
Well, that's what I was planning to do, and then I kind of forgot about both of them.
Because that would have been great. Do you have any more? Or is your top 5 list over?
I think that was it.
Okay, Bri. Jay, what's yours?
I have 2 more. One of them is the freak out, the person who just loses their mind over the tiniest thing, or a report's due at 12, it comes out at 12:02, and the person's like throwing a conniption.
It sounds like that's your direct report.
It sounds like me.
Is that your direct boss, Jay?
Apparently, all these are Bri and his neighbor at work.
Like I'm most of them because I just like every day. Like I if my routine gets thrown off I have a routine every day. Like I know what I'm doing pretty much. You name a time of day and I know what I'm doing. And if it gets altered at all, I just get such a fit.
Bri, I think your coworkers hate you.
Oh, I'm sure they do.
Okay, so
I hate them too.
My next one is the Brink Death Match. Each week we take 2 characters from past shows and we have like a little death match with them, like celebrity death match MTV style. Like I would take like Stickman and make him out of popsicle sticks, and he would fight like the Fun Sponge.
We should make like a NCAA bracket with all the characters and people we mentioned, and have the fans vote to see who like the most popular is.
That's actually a pretty good idea.
We get good ideas from this. That was actually a really good idea. If Andrew, being the only fan that's be interested in doing this, if he could come up with a list of characters from our show, I think like if we had to pull up characters, like there's Fun Sponge, there's Stickman, there's the ants in my house, there's Black Mold in Jay's apartment,
Ghost Dog.
There's
Ghost Dog.
Ghost Dog. Isn't there workout
Bitcoin.
God? Gym God.
Yeah, Gym God. There
Bitcoin guy.
Bitcoin guy. If we get to 64, this would be a really Bigford amazing show.
Yeah.
What else? Who else on the show? I'd have to go back and listen.
Your maid.
Yes, I have. I have house. My series. I'll just call it my series of nannies or series of my series of household employees.
The ghost balloon.
Ghost balloon. Yeah. That's a
Oh
good
yeah, the ghost balloon. Yeah.
one.
Jay's CPAP machine.
The Brink of Sanity Super Bowl commercial.
The CPA test.
Yeah, that's a good one.
The Mets game.
Jay's what was the scam class from your MBA program?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, I'm sure there's more we're forgetting about.
I mean, clearly there are more. There's been 320 something episodes of the show. There's other characters we've come up with, or just other things in the show. What else?
I'd be interested in like a guest host bracket too.
Oh yeah, that too would be good.
Yeah, it'd be me versus Bry.
I mean, no, because you guys are like hosts. Like
You got
Bry,
like Doc.
we've
You
been
got.
promoted.
like everybody except the three of us.
Yeah, but we don't have a guest that more. That I like this better. I like the
Well, I mean,
characters from the show
historically,
better.
there's probably been like 40.
Characters or topics, I guess, would be.
Yeah,
It's like-
recurring bits.
110
Yeah.
degrees. The weather in Thailand.
Yeah.
The 300th episode spectacular.
We did the Century Club, the Century Club blackout.
Yeah.
The lack of proper Twitter handle.
The Brink of Sanity 3. The valve caps on my car.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't want to. This one will take away from my next YouTube channel, but I'll say
The Subway.
Funfetti.
Funfetti. Yeah.
Funfetti. Yeah.
A girl at work made a funfetti cake for us a couple weeks ago.
Bet she had to buy icing somewhere else.
I don't know where she bought everything, but it was pretty good.
What else? Bry's. I don't remember anything else with Bry. Sorry, Bry.
Yeah, what else do I have? I don't
Oh, the casino.
know.
Bry's Secret Life.
Bry's Secret Life. Yes.
The Secret Life of Bry.
Secret Life of Bry. That's great.
That'll be a YouTube channel.
If Bry, now you have to write a book based on that title alone.
You could get some animators to create some crazy stories of my secret life.
The top five list just be its own character.
At this point. Okay, let's wrap this up.
Okay. My last YouTube channel. I'm skipping Jay's. The Funfetti Show. Each week we go to the supermarket, get a different item, and I rant about how the picture on the box is false advertising.
That would be a good one to watch too.
Jay, what's your last?
Mark doesn't understand how food products work.
When we make the bracket for characters, there has to be one that's just blank and just redacted.
Listen, it says Keebler elves, but there are no people living in the box of cookies.
Yeah, just everyone is just Mark not understanding packaging. There's no tiger in this Frosted Flakes. What is going on here? Okay, my last one.
I don't get it. It's a cereal, but he's a captain of a ship. Captain Crunch. What kind of name is that?
Why is there a vampire making cereal?
I can spend a lot of time in the cereal aisle.
Stovetop stuffing? There's no stovetop in this box. I need a stove now?
Wait, I'm supposed to be in like awe that this is not butter? I can believe it's not butter.
I guess
Okay.
we're completely shifting gears again. My last office worker. This is so stupid. I hate this episode. I don't even want to finish.
I think the most popular character will be quitting the show.
Yeah. And in true fashion, we'll quit the show before we release the winner of the bracket.
I think this is great. I think we should actually compile this tournament. I'd love this. Andrew, if you could put it together, the 64 together for us, we'll do it on the show.
Well, he's like the historian of the show.
He is. He's an amazing fan. If Andrew puts it together, you put 32 together, we'll do it also. But if you get 64, it'd be amazing.
Well, I could put it on the website, and I could put polls on Twitter, so I could update the website based on the Twitter polls.
I'm really going to. We have to debate it on every. Like, we should debate them all. We should do a series of shows where we do the brackets.
Well, I think we should have people vote, and then we'll debate the results.
We
okay.
could do six.
I'm sure we'll get a lot of votes.
We could do a thing of 64 with all the jobs we tell Jay he should do, or like podcasts he should do.
Yeah, we can have like Jay will be on the bracket multiple times. He'll be video editing Jay. He'll be
Jay Work Hates Jay, Brunchaholics or whatever.
Jay's house in Pennsylvania.
It's too bad there wasn't a fourth person because we could do like a bracket, like 16 of Mark, 16 of Jay's, 16 of mine.
Yeah, that'd be good. That would be bad also.
I mean, we could just take like the top 16 guests.
Mm.
Oh, you got the Doc and Alex. You know,
Have there been 16 guests in the show?
Yeah, there's been like 30. Okay, my last one is the information broker. And this person knows all the gossip in the company. They know everything about everyone. And they, for some reason, everybody talks to this person knowing that they spread the gossip about everybody.
Mm. I don't think that's a very good YouTube channel.
Mm.
But if a stuffed animal was the information broker, then it would be better.
This is a great bit. This is really good.
Okay, you want to end the show?
Yeah, let's end the show.
Never combine lists again.
Yeah, thanks, Mark. That was.
I think this is one of the best top fives we've done.
Yeah,
Andrew, can you let us know? Do you like us when we do all the same top five, or we do different ones?
I think you've derailed this show. It's irreparably broken.
I think this is one of our better top fives.
All right. Goodbye, everybody.
My love. Goodbye, everybody. It's all over. Goodbye. It's time to go. This is the end. Say goodbye. You better go away. I'm gonna leave you. It's the end. Goodbye. Goodbye. Just leave me alone. Feels so good to say.